What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. Link will be in the description box below as usual. Go get it. PayPal link there also. They asked me to put it up, so I put it up. Thank you, everybody, for supporting. But this video, though, is entitled Private Workaholic and Public Persona. So here's the thing. People like to be entertained. You get what I'm saying? People like a show. People like, loud, aggressive, over-the-top, big personalities. I get it. Personally, not necessarily my thing. I'm going to be who I am. But this is how a lot of people get recognition, because that being extra on all the time and that big personality is looked at as charismatic, and it draws people in. It entertains you. But what you're not seeing is a lot of people who are big personalities, they're private workaholics. You get what I'm saying? And I was looking at something earlier today. It was an old clip of Floyd Mayweather in like 2010, and he was like, name one boxer that works harder than me. And he said, no, scratch that. You name one athlete that works harder than me. See, everybody thinks about the persona, but if you looked at him in his eyes at the time, he was mad. He was dead ass serious. Like, look, this is, you don't outwork me, period. You know what I'm saying? You won't. It's not going to happen. Not in this lifetime or the next. Gladiator reference. But a lot of people get caught up in this swagger part. And I got to tell y'all, private workaholics have mad swag. And I'm going to tell you why. See, people who just have... Okay, people who are just running around here just having worried about their persona and their swag, and that's what's their focus. That's like their main focus. They're too extra. They're too over the top. They're so over the top that they start to become idiotic over time. Because there is no substance behind the persona. Like, you spending all day trying to look fly and say the coolest thing and have the coolest phrase. And this is the people that stand in front of the mirror. I'm going to tell you one more time. Like, everybody has a tagline and they got this Hollywood thing that they do, right? But the person who's a private workaholic, they are preparing for something all the time. They have a goal. You know what I'm saying? They have a plan. They're actually working towards their goal and their plan. And they're working for the unexpected. Because they're like, look, I got to prepare for when life throws me a curve too. I just can't prepare for my niche, what I focused on. I got to prepare for the outside circumstances that are involved. Because when you're a private workaholic, you really understand that, you only can control you and what you can control. So everything around you, there can be extenuating circumstances involving everything around you. So now you're working even harder to minimize those extenuating circumstances ruining your success. So you become a workaholic. And a lot of times, these private workaholics, let me tell you what happens. They don't want to let you know that they're working. See, a private workaholic is a person who will work at times when you're sleeping, they're working. Right? When you're just chilling, they're working. Now, you could actually be hanging out with a workaholic. And you know what? You'll think, oh, they don't, they out with me. Yeah. And before they got with you, they was either working, or after they leave from being around you, they're going to be working. That's the difference between you two. And you're not taking that into consideration. And it's at your own detriment. Because a lot of people are wondering, well, how is this person more successful than me? Because they're planning and executing even while they're relaxing with you. And that's where the public persona comes in. Because they understand if they was you, out in public, that's showtime. See, I'm going to show up for showtime. But showtime is a short window. So they can, I can show up for showtime and show out for a couple hours. Not a big deal. As a matter of fact, this is going to draw more people into what I've been working on. And the next time they see me, they're going to be attracted to, who I am because I drew them in. But they don't know I'm a workaholic. And this is where, the overnight success mentality comes from. Where you're one of those people who thinks, oh man, this person just made it, it just woke up one morning and they swagger was on 1 million trillion, and now, I could be like that too. No, you can't. Actually, you can't. Because that's their persona. Like, they've been working when you haven't. They've been diligent even when they've been a persona. They've been disciplined even when you've seen their persona. They've been determined even when you've seen their persona. They've had a regimen. They've had a plan even with that persona. Like, their persona is a secondary entity. You get what I'm saying? So a lot of times people feel like this person is talented. This person is just has God gifted ability. That may be true. But they're such a workaholic that they know coming into the door that they've outworked you and everybody around you, so they're light years ahead of you. So guess what? They play on the fact that I'm going to look like I'm just God gifted and talented around these people. Because they don't get that privately I'm a workaholic. And I'm going to tell you how this happens. Like, there's some people who get around people and they're like, man, I want to be like you. Or I want to be great. Because every workaholic hasn't necessarily been the most successful as far as notoriety. Some people had things happen to them that cut their greatness short, or cut their ability to be great short. But they are fundamentally just as great as the people that you know. It's just you don't know them. So I just had to put that small caveat in there real quick. The thing about it is this. You'll be like, okay, we're going to work then. Because see, when you say you want to be great and you want to be like them or better than them, that's when they invite you into their work ethic. Their workaholic nature. Because what you're looking at is on the outside, it looks easy. But then when they pull you in, you didn't realize they crammed so much into a 24-hour day. Now, for some people, that discourages some people. Because they think, oh, you just trying to, you're just a hater. You're just trying to make sure I never become successful. You're just trying to make me feel some type of way. And it's like, no, this is actually what they do. Like, this is part of their routine. This is why it looks easy to you, because they spent years building themselves up. And where they're at right now, you didn't realize the amount of work it took. You didn't realize how early they got up. You didn't realize how scheduled and regimented they were. You didn't realize how they got up and got at it. You didn't realize how it was planned out in advance. You didn't realize that they were diligent. They wasn't playing. You didn't realize that in these windows of time where you didn't see them, they were really grinding. And they were committed to grinding. And they went hard. And now that they got you going hard, now, they got you up at 3, 4, 5 a.m. Now you going at it with them. And now you dog tired. And they're just starting the day. They're like, oh, no, this is what you do. This is what I do before the day starts. This is how I'm beating everybody to the punch. Now I got to work with everybody. And when we over with, now I got to feel like I got to break away from the pack. I got to do just a little extra. And now when I get done with all that, we can kick it. See, now, or it's showtime. And you didn't realize they made their public persona made showtime look easy. But they're privately being such a workaholic. They built for way much more than the show. Now you gotta catch up. Cause see, the people who really see it, they're like, oh snap, okay, I really gotta get on my grind. I'm thinking that you was just God gifted, and you using God given ability and talent, and nobody could ever be like you. But truth be told, I don't know anybody that works harder than you. Your persona attracts people, but I didn't know that this is the amount of effort it took before we got to the persona. And this is one of the funny things about, society. Like, people don't, because people gravitate to a persona. Because a persona, and like I said earlier, a lot of people with great work ethics know this. People gravitate to a persona because a persona makes it look like all you have to do is be cool. So they got a big personality. I could have a big personality and I could get exactly where they're at because, I'm extra and over the top and they extra and over the top. But you ain't know that their work ethic was extra and over the top. You get what I'm saying? So I'm done. We out. Peace.